give you 99 or 95% of the true information. This is all true. But what's happening? Everybody's just talking in circles. And again, we'll blame Bush. Hey, no one cares about Bush going down. You think the powers that be care about Bush and Cheney? But the thing is, again, it's the Kennedy assassination, the Iran-Contra, the shadow government. This is what has to be brought out. This government.
And like with Nixon, I mean, Watergate was not a big deal, but they wanted Nixon gone. So that's why Watergate happened, really.
But you're right. It's that blind patriotism is just.
Well, it's brutal.
Ridiculous.
How do you?
It's embarrassing.
But it works.
Yeah, it does.
They know what they're doing. And that's when you say fear, that's the biggest fear. It really is. I mean, to me, it's sanctioned murder, what we're doing. But
there's no journalist like Hunter Thompson anymore.
Well,
the question is whether he killed himself or not.
Sean Penn I've read a little bit about that. They think that there's no way he would have killed himself. And he supposedly had some knowledge. I think, I read this somewhere about World Trade Center 7, that he was about to write something about that, but I don't know if it's true or not.
I don't know if this is true either, but I read that he was on a phone call with a friend the night before he died, and he said, these guys are going to make it look like a suicide. I know how these bastards think. And that sounds like Hunter talking.
Yeah, and look at Barry Jennings. Have you read about him now?
Number 7.
Yeah.
Because he would have testified that he was in that explosion.
Yeah.
And so he goes mysteriously dead.
There's a guy named Jim Keith. He also wrote books. His name under the name of Commander X.
Oh yeah.
Jim Keith.
I didn't know that was his name.
He went to the hospital for minor knee surgery with a ligament in the knee and came out dead.
I thought he was still alive.
No.
Is there someone acting using that name?
Jim Keith is dead. Jim Keith was the guy. It's like I said. His other name was Commander X.
Well, I have all this stuff by Commander X.
Yes. He's dead.
Wow. Well, and this is one more thing. Like I was up with Jesse Ventura. He's doing a tape for his first show, and he came out and he said, first of all, he said, this is really tough. The FBI won't talk to me. The CIA won't talk to me. So I'm getting plenty of people. Luke, we are changed up there, and I've done a lot of work. I mean, they are to me, they're real heroes. We are changed in New York.
Luke Wachowski.
Yeah, and anyway, so we're talking. We had a nice crowd around us, and Jesse says, I sort of believe you're right. And I said to Jesse, and this is very important to me, and this is the way I was. I'll say I'm 99% sure, I'm 97% sure, some stupid number. And I said, well, Jesse, if you don't believing doesn't mean diddly. You have to know. And if you know, then your voice will be very strong. Believing doesn't mean anything. And when I came out and say, I know, I've done my investigation, and please, and I don't care who I'm talking to, anywhere, please tell me or prove to me that I'm wrong. But I know. It's a much stronger statement. A lot of people will say believe, but it's an easy out. I believe, that means there's still great doubt.
And then they'll use that as giving you got wiggle room to not believe it.
Oh, yeah. And that's, so Jesse said, all right, how many in here know that 9/11 was an inside job? And of course, they're all weird, a lot of weird people. And they all, raise their hand. But, and Jesse's a strong voice. And I hope he comes through with it.
Yeah, he is.
Because people are afraid of him. Hannity.
He's a Navy SEAL. He's not some chump.
Well, as he said, I have a lot of influence. He says, I was a governor. I was a mayor. I taught at Harvard for a year. I'm a demolition expert, of course, and that's where his thing is, the towers. Yeah. He's a demolition, Navy SEAL demolition expert. And he says, I know these towers were imploded. I mean, God, any idiot can.
People like Bill O'Reilly can't intimidate people like Jesse.
Oh, no, that's what's great about him. Well, they can intimidate me.
Well, what they do is they don't let you talk. I mean, I don't know if you ever listened to Sean Hannity and Bill O'Reilly. You try to say something, and they're constantly shouting you down all the time, and they don't let you talk. And then, well, if you disagree with them, if you let's say you're on the radio for 3 minutes, you disagree with them, you're lucky if you get 10 seconds worth of words in because they're shouting you down.
Well, after the 9/11 commission, I was on Bill O'Reilly's show, Hannity.
You were on with Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah.
Wow.
I wouldn't go up there. I told their producer, that I said, look, I'm not going up there because if he says something wise, so I filmed it down in Philadelphia, and he was really good to me. Again,
Huh.
it's tough to come after a family member. And
But he did
I've
with
got
that son.
yeah.
It begins with a G.
Yeah, Gerlich. Not Gerlich. Yeah, I know.
But he was horrible with him.
Right, but again, a parent.
Yeah.
It's really.
Yeah.
I mean, they've said to me, he said, I just can't come after you. And he was very nice to me, but he did exactly as you say. He cut you off. You really want to make a point, then boom, commercial break. And
And he did that with Stephen Jones on Tucker.
You can't, and that's.
Well, Sean Hannity does that, and the thing with Sean Hannity, I turn him on to listen to him because I rehearse to myself. I always picture him talking to me, and then you know what? Because I'm hoping someday I get to talk to that guy because I'm going to let him have it. I just listen to him radio and I want to kick the guy's ass.
Well, what happens is
They called Willie Nelson a pinhead.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson
And see, that's it. They get into the name calling.
Yeah.
And it disrupts everything.
Right.
You know, I don't know if I could go on there because if they called me a pinhead, I think I would just go nuts. I couldn't take it.
Right.
You know, but it's so easy for them to do, then cut off.
Well, they want you to get mad.
Oh,
That
yeah.
way they can depict you as a nut.
You're absolutely right.
Did you know John Gold and I were asked to be on Dom Giordano around here?
Well,
The big talker?
Dom Giordano was outside there, and all he did, we talked to them like they were perfect gentlemen while he was out there. But when his radio show came on, all he did was we called what's his name? Yeah.
John Gold?
Yeah, John Gold.
Well, he came here 2 days after our interview, and he said, I'm going to stop by. And he was hard. We were at our homes on the phone, and I was a nervous wreck because I've never done a radio interview like that. But I was at home, and I had some notes in front of me, and had a glass of wine, so I had a couple sips just to like take the edge off. And we did fine. We held our ground with them, and it was great.
Yeah. Well, when the radio show came over the air, you probably didn't.
But they tried to be antagonistic. I mean, he wasn't quite as bad as Bill O'Reilly, but he was not very nice.
Well, to me, Sean Hannity's the worst of them all. I can't stand that guy. I just want to kick his ass.
Yeah.
But they're good. They're good.
But you know what's crazy? Isn't that guy Alex Jones is now targeting this guy Peter Joseph because of the zeitgeist?
Oh, really?
Yeah, now Alex Jones is getting...
Why is Alex Jones targeting him?
Because now he's all in it for himself. He's got
Oh, Peter Joseph is the zeitgeist guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what happened to him? Like, what happened to Alex Jones? You know? Why is he like that?
Alex Jones probably wants to dominate the scene.
No, you know what happened? It was the zeitgeist addendum. It got a little... There were things that were questionable in the second one, and that's why he went after him.
Well, I think...
I saw both, and I didn't see anything but...
There was something about the whole utopia thing, it just got a little...
This project?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was talking about practical things. It wasn't
Yeah, I know.
It's just a resource-based
No,
world
the
instead
thing-
of a financial.
The thing
Right.
that's going wrong with the addendum, and I watched it 3 times, is that he all of a sudden says the internet and then Venus, and he seemed like, and then he advertises the website. All of a sudden there seemed to be an advertising thing in there, and you know, the zeitgeist, the zeitgeist, he all of a sudden very conveniently brings up the internet, and when you get the internet, go on and then zeitgeist.com and then Venus Project. All of a sudden it seemed like a glorified advertisement after a while.
And Alex Jones was focusing on something that was different. He was just saying it was sun worship, which is the opposite of what they were saying. They were actually saying that was bad, that all religions started with sun worship.
Yeah.
And that he was saying that they were sun worshipers. So he was
Hey, do you guys... We can continue this up